Hello students, today we will discuss elements of user-defined functions. In order to make use of a user-defined function, we need three elements that are related to functions. First is function definition, function call, and function declaration. Function definition is an independent program module that is specially written to implement the requirements of the function. Now, what is function call? If we invoke a function at a required place in the program, so this is known as the function call. And the program that calls the function is referred as calling program or the calling function. The third one is function declaration. The calling program should declare any function that is to be used later in the program. This is known as the function declaration or function prototype. Now let's discuss these elements one by one in detail. The first element is function definition. A function definition includes the following elements: function name, function type, list of parameters, local variable declarations, function statements, and the last element is return statement. These are the 6 elements that are included in the function definition. All these 6 elements are grouped into 2 parts. The first part is function header, in which the first 3 elements are included, means the function name, function type and list of parameters includes the first part, that is function header, and the local variable declarations, function statements and the return statements makes the second part, that is function body. Now let's discuss the format for the function definition. Function type, then we have to write function name. In the parenthesis we have to write the parameter list, then the opening braces. Inside the function, the first is local variable declarations, semicolon, executable statements, and the last is the return statement, then the closing braces. So this is the format of the function definition. Here the function type, function name and the list of parameters, this first line is known as the function header, and this block is known as function body. Now let's discuss function header first. The function header consists of 3 parts: function type, also known as the return type. The second is function name and the formal parameter list. Note that the semicolon is not used at the end of the function header. The function type or the return type specifies the type of value that the function is expected to return to the program calling the function. If the return type is not explicitly specified, then C language will assume that it is an integer type. And if the function is not returning anything, then we need to specify the return type as void. The function name is any valid C identifier and must follow the same rules of formation as other variable names in C. The name should be appropriate to the task performed by the function. Now the third part is the formal parameter list. This parameter list declares the variables that will receive the data sent by the calling program. They serve as input data to the function to carry out the specific task. The parameter list contains the declaration of variables separated by commas and surrounded by parentheses. For example, float, quadratic, int a, comma int b, comma int c. So here float is the return type or the function type, quadratic is the name of the function, and this is the list of parameters. Now the second part is function body. The function body contains the declarations and the statements necessary for performing the required task. The body enclosed in braces, and it contains three parts: local declarations, function statements, the third is return statement. Now let's take an example of a function whose return type is float, name is MUL for the multiplication, and the parameter list is float x, comma float y. Opening braces, the local variable is of the type float and name is result, semicolon. Then result is equal to x into y, and the value of the result variable will be returned by the function like this using return statement, and then the closing braces. So here the first line is basically the function header. This is the local variable declaration. This is the executable statement, and this is the return statement. So here I create a function named multiply, which multiplies the two variable x and y and give the value to the variable result, and then the value of the result will be returned back by this function named MUL, that is for multiply. This is how we create the function body. Now the second element of the function is function call. A function can be called by using the function name followed by a list of actual parameters enclosed in parentheses. Let's take an example. I write a program for multiplication of two variables, void main, take one variable y is equal to multiply, that is the function, and give the value of the parameters, then the printf statement and the variable y, close the main function, then start the definition of the function here. The return type is int, the name is MUL, and the parameter list is int x, comma int y. Start the function, take the local variable p, then p is equal to x multiplied by y, and then return p, then close the function. Now here what happens when the compiler encounters the function call here, then the control is transferred to the function MUL, and this function is then executed line by line as described, and a value is returned when a return statement is encountered. The value of p will be assigned to the variable y, and then the value of y will be printed with this printf statement. So this is how in the C program we call the function, and then the control is transferred to the definition of the function, and the value will be returned back, and that value will be printed with the printf statement. The last element regarding function is function declaration. All functions in a C program must be declared before they are invoked. A function declaration is also known as function prototyping. It consists of four parts: function type, function name, parameter list, and the terminating semicolon. For example, int mul, that is the name of the function, the parameter list int m comma int n and the semicolon. This is known as function declaration or function prototype. When we define the function, then also we write the same line at the top of the function, but that is without the semicolon. That line is known as the function header. But if we declare a function before its use, then explicitly we have to apply semicolon after this line, and this line is known as function prototype or function declaration. Prototype declarations are not essential. If a function has not been declared before it used, the C will assume that its details available at the time of linking. But we must always include prototype declaration, that is preferably in the global declaration section. Now let's discuss the category of functions. A function, depending on whether arguments are present or not and whether a value is returned or not, the function may belong to one of the following categories. The first category is functions with no argument and no return values. Example is void sum void. The second category is functions with argument and no return value. Example void. Void keyword is used when there is no return value of the function. Sum, and the arguments are suppose float a comma float b. The third category is functions with argument and one return value. Example int sum int a comma int b. The last category is functions with no argument but return a value. Int is the return value, sum is the name of the function, and it contains no arguments. That's why we can use void keyword here. So these four are the categories of the functions. Thank you.